Hello everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. In this video we are gonna be doing a full Deathless run in NG+7 using what I consider the most effective build for this difficulty. Most of you guys already know what is this setup about, but in case you are new, I will explain it quickly. This is a level 200 build and we are gonna use 50 Vigor, 35 Endurance, 80 Strength, 33 on Faith and 50 on Arcane. As the main buffs for this setup, we are gonna use Golden Vow as the aura buff and Howl of Shabriri as the body buff. Actually, I'm gonna be using Blood Boil Aromatic as the body buff, but as that buff is a craftable item and maybe some of you guys don't have it, I decided to craft this build prepared to use Howl of Shabriri. I am not gonna be taking this build into the DLC because I'm gonna be doing the any % route, which means completing the game as fast as possible. But this build is insane in the DLC as long as you have your Scadutree Blessing on the level 20. If you don't have it on 20, don't come saying that it doesn't work. Upgrade your blessing to 20 and if it doesn't work, then we talk about it. In this setup, we are gonna be running 2 Gargoyles Twin Blades on plus 25 with the Seppuku Ash of War on the Bleed affinity. Against enemies immune to bleed, instead of Seppuku, we can use Crack Blade, which is a great option as well. This is completely optional, but I recommend you to use a dagger with Assassin's Gambit to cross crowded areas much easier. We need any seal we have available to cast Golden Vow and Howl of Shabriri. As I'm gonna be spamming jump attacks, I'm gonna be using the Greybird's Blackwheel Armor that is gonna increase the damage of my jump attacks by 10% and is gonna stack with the buff of the Claw Talisman. I'm also gonna be using 2 pieces of the Rakshasa set that, as you know, it increases our damage by 2% per piece. And I'm gonna be using the White Mask to get a 10% damage buff with each bleed proc. The talismans we are gonna use are the Lord of Blood's Exultation, the Claw Talisman, Millicent's Prosthesis and Roaring Windsor Insignia, the default bleed build setup. In the Physic Flask, we are gonna use the Blood-Sucking Crack tier because it's a 20% damage buff and we are running 50 Vigor, which in my opinion is a lot and it shouldn't be a problem for you to be running this tier. However, feel free to level up your Vigor even more. And we're gonna pair this tier with the Thorny Crack tier, which is gonna stack with the multi-hit talismans for a massive damage buff with each jump attack. As you know, my playstyle is very aggressive, so I'm gonna be using Pickled Turtlenecks to increase my stamina recovery speed. However, this is completely optional. As I told you, I'm gonna be using the Blood Boil Aromatic as my body buff, but as you know, this item needs to be crafted. So if you don't have this item and you are not interested in looking for it, feel free to use Howl of Shabriri. The difference between these two buffs is actually small. Feel free to make any tweak to the build if you find it much easier or practical for you, but do not replace the Millicent's Prosthesis, which is boosting our dexterity by 5 points, otherwise as you can see we won't be able to use our weapons. With that being said, the build is ready, so let's jump straight into the run. I already practiced a couple of skips, so we should be fine. We are in the journey number 15, which is basically NG+7, you know, it's no different at all. Remember the rules here, we are allowed to die twice, specifically in the starting death, the mandatory one, and the Radahn skip, and those are the only instances where we are allowed to die. And the Radahn skip, I decided to allow it because it saves time, once again, that's the only reason, so let's get straight into this thing. Fade only run is so overrated. In difficulty, people always claim it's the hardest single stat run. Yeah, it's not. With Flame Art or Sacred, the Fade is completely broken and you get access to all the buffs. So yeah, Fade is not fully understood yet, you know. Fade is actually broken. I love Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring as well, bro. Elden Ring is great. I was told Mage is easy mode, but I disagree. I kind of not disagree. I don't feel like it's the easiest, but it's definitely easy to play with Mage. Depending on which spell you are using. There are some spells that are difficult to use, and some others are incredibly simple, like Carrying Slicer for instance. Carrying Slicer, as broken as it is in Night Rain, is broken in this game as well. Though in this game requires a bit of more crafting, you know? You need to... I think it's better in New Game Plus, to be honest. This is still pretty decent. But I feel like the actual easy mode is Bleed. I feel like it's Bleed. The easiest way to complete the game is Bleed. From that, I will go to Faith. I am actually between those two. Faith or Bleed. The thing is that Faith only requires one stat and a little bit of other stats to meet the weapon's requirement, but it's nothing else, while Bleed requires a physical stat and arcane, either strength or dexterity, but it requires that. So yeah, it's like it's different, you know. Each build has its own strength and weaknesses. Mage cannot take hits. Well, It's difficult to take a hit when you play a build like that, you know? You're at distance. Because you can be a mage and never learn the boss patterns. That's kind of... it depends on the player. But you can actually do both things. It depends. If you're a Spellblade, it's different. Depends on what spell you use, like Carlos mentioned, Night Comet, Comet Assure, Cannon Slicer. I feel like the hardest one to use is the Kamehameha, dude. That one is difficult to use. It deals a lot of damage, but I feel like it's not that easy to use. It's like using the Comet from the Sword of Night and Flame, but a little harder, in my opinion. It's slower to cast, as far as I know. Comet Assure is good, but not good on moving bosses. Exactly, yeah, I agree. I actually like some spells in the game, like Night Comet, Carrion Slicer, Carrion Piercer is pretty good as well. Adula's Moonblade is pretty nice too. I don't like the moons, the running moon. I don't like that one. And I like that that one that is piercing into the floor. I don't know how to. Not the floor, the earth, and it creates like multiple hits. I actually haven't tried a build like that, so I'm interested in playing like something like that. True, a pure Kamehameha only run is insanely hard, even though you could negate a number of bosses. Exactly, the specific bosses that are super slow are gonna get completely destroyed by that spell, but some others are just gonna be pretty resistant to it, you know. In your opinion, do you think the Bandit's curved swords are better than the Scavenger's curved swords? Yeah, in that aspect, yeah. For instance, if we're comparing two curved swords, the Bandits are better than the Scavengers, slightly. I feel like the Scavengers are better if you are going for only Arcane and you want to use them on Occult Affinity for a lower level build. But for maybe the first playthrough. But for New Game Plus 1 and NG+7, it's definitely Bandits. And between the Bandits and the Gargoyles, I feel like the Gargoyles are slightly better in general, but there are scenarios specifically against enemies weak to slash where the Bandits are much are better, you know. In any case, as we're talking about curved swords and jump attack setup, it's pretty broken in general, you know, like it's very difficult to die or to fail using one of these builds because the damage we deal is stupid. I'm on Elden Beast. I don't know if I can kill him with any of those. Which one? The spells? Yeah, with the spells it's difficult. I think with the Cutting Slicer is not so bad, but as you're in NG+7, I am not. Oh my god, I'm dead. I think I will have to reset here. No, I'm not dead. That's fantastic. This dragon is really stupid. I'm only okay at the game, not the best, but some bosses I just cannot dodge, and if I'm not on a strength build, I struggle. That's natural, bro, because it's your playstyle. For instance, I also struggle when I have to play a little bit more passive than extremely aggressive. There is always a weapon that requires more thought, and it is where I struggle the most, when I cannot go completely brained and start spamming attacks, you know, like a maniac. That's why I love katanas and high stance damage, builds like this, high DPS, you know. But there are other weapons that require a little bit of more skill. For instance, the Obsidian Lamina is an insane weapon that requires a lot of skill, but you can also play aggressive with that one. So it depends. You have to be adapting to what you wanna do, you know. Commodore Circle Cheese Mog, Niall, Backblade Kindred, Malinia Phase 2, Metir. Oh yeah, but in those enemies that are standing still for a second, you know. Okay. Now there is no need to do this, but this, if we are lucky, we can turn this Deathless run into a no-hit run. If we are lucky. So that's why I like to do this early. But it's just like not necessary. Assassin's Gambit though helps a lot in multiple parts of the game. Now here we go to the first instance where we can actually die or fail. Yeah, fail, because we we are gonna perform the Radahn skip, and if we fail here, we gotta reset. The skip is very consistent, but it's very common to fail it as well if you jump early. I feel like the biggest mistake is jumping early and not getting the right line. Like going too much to the left or too much to the right. It messes up the skip. I would love to hear the opinion from the best build crafter. Thank you. Starfish level as the best weapon is oral face overrated. What do you think? The Starfish are actually insane. I don't think they are overrated. I think they are really cool. But you need to have some experience in the game to actually perform well with those weapons. Nice, we got the skip, so we are enabled. Let's go. Yeah, Starfist is nice. You gotta be too close to the enemy. You need a lot of stamina, but you only need strength. You can also use the Starfist on bleed, but I feel like strength is just good enough, and it allows you to have more stats for endurance specifically. And you can spam the R2 attacks and you are just destroying enemies, even in high New Game Plus 7 even. And you can get them on the capital, I think? Yeah. So they are not so late game weapons, you know? So I feel like they are not overrated at all. They are great weapons. Maybe not the best, but definitely great weapons. That's my opinion. I feel like for the first playthrough and for no hit runs, the best option is the Iron Ball, because you can get them much earlier. And the difference between the Iron Ball and the Star Fist is slight. It's not that big. It's small. There is a difference that might be significant depending on what you want to achieve, but it's not that bad. This guy, dude. Okay, always. I'm gonna be safe here. Nice. The trick here is just baiting that attack, the charge attack, and it happens with any weapon. Actually, it's the thing that I always do, and it always works. Absolutely melted. Yeah, that's the point. This build is broken. I feel like this one is, in the majority of scenarios, better than the bandits, but the bandits are always useful, you know? And when I say better, it's just slightly, because regardless of which one you pick, you're completely crazy when it comes to damage. Nice, let's get the medallion now. The other half of the medallion, and we go for... Oh my god. Okay, let's talk to Melina right now. I don't like to be in nighttime in the game. You can actually perform these steps of talking to Melina kind of later if you want. I don't know how much time it saves, to be honest. But it... Yeah, I don't like to be in this daytime, you know? Nighttime, I mean. So we just swap to daytime, and that looks so much better. Now, next half of the medallion. Another strat here will be going for the abductor and die, which that is also another way to allow a death. But I feel like it's slightly more boring, because we will be facing the Red Wolf and Renala. And I feel like Radahn is a little bit more interesting. And the skip saves a bit of time. I actually don't know how much time we are saving, if it's better than the standard speedrun route. But who cares? It's a decent route at least. Yo, Toby, welcome to the stream, bro. I finally caught you again. Thank you, man. Yeah, we are here streaming a little bit. I'm not stopping until I get my Deathless run today, brother. It needs to happen. Why? I don't know, but I wanna get it. I don't know if it will... Oh, what the hell? The projectile went all the way over there. That's crazy. I'm doing great, Toby. Thank you. How about you, homie? How you doing? Alright, we're chilling when it comes to that. I'm gonna read your message in a second, homie. Hold on. Just let me cross this area. Even though this area looks like you are not gonna... You shouldn't be worrying at all. Yeah, you should. These little guys are not as simple as they look. Oh no, yeah, now we got chased by the stupid knight. By the way, I believe this is the world record of the fastest NG+7 Radahn kill. He dies with 5 minutes after you spawn in NG+7. What do you mean? No, I don't think so. I sometimes I've killed that guy faster with this build. The thing is of these dual wielding builds. Oh my god. Oh! Let's get the hell out of there. By using... Let's go. We skipped using Assassin's Gambit. Alright, let's go here. I feel like it's a fast kill, but definitely not world record, something like that. Many speedrunners does it early, but hey, not NG+7. I mean, NG+7 is not such a big deal. That's also why I'm doing these runs, because I feel like people is really kind of obsessed with saying that NG+7 is the highest difficulty, and it is, I agree. But with the right build, you can make it as easy as other playthroughs. However, when it comes to trying multiple weapons, the game has not the right balance. There are a lot of weapons that require a buff for real. Like their damage is completely disappointing. And if you want to try those weapons, doing it in NG+7 is frustrating instead of being fun. So that's why some of my videos and some of my runs are in NG+2 instead of NG+7. Because if we just want to beat NG+7, it will be with a build like this, you know, with a broken build. And sometimes I just want to try something that looks cool or is fun to play, like, I don't know, the Dead Knight's Twin Axes. That weapon is pretty nice, pretty cool, but it's bad when it comes to damage. So yeah. Just chilling here. Nice, Toby. I'm glad you're chilling, homie. Alright, now this guy. Nice, we didn't get chased. That's why Assassin's Gambit is pretty crazy. I noticed that I can avoid multiple quit outs just by using Assassin's Gambit, which is pretty cool. It makes the run more enjoyable. Okay, let's get this guy destroyed. And yeah, in this case you just start with jump attacks. That's the trick here. You might as well take a hit, but sometimes you might get lucky. Oh, let's go. Oh, nice. We didn't take the hit. Sometimes he goes immediately to the next phase. That's why you take a hit. True, people are obsessed with NG+7, just like how they are obsessed on pre-nerf Radahn and claiming that... yeah, exactly. Like, I get that the NG+7 is the highest difficulty, but the thing is that some weapons doesn't have that the right balance. If you want to try them in NG+7, it's gonna feel pretty underwhelming, so I'd rather just try it on NG+2. But that's it, you know. Hello from France, how are you, Carlos? Hey, Aerox59. Hello from Mexico, brother. I'm doing great. How about you? Nice. Round table hold. You don't have to go now. I'll just go now. Yeah. I don't want to go later. Oh my god, this is this. I need to learn to travel faster within races with my keyboard. I'm not used to do that. I just like to use the map and drag the little circle, but it's pretty slow.
Come on. It's tight. The guard you breached. Well, but of course.
Huge. Now this is why you need Assassin's Gambit as well. This area is not a problem, but with Assassin's Gambit is just so easy, you know. So the guy, I don't know what exactly Assassin's Gambit does. It seems like it only suppresses sound, but it also conceals the character a little bit. Like it makes you harder to detect in the eye of the enemy. So it's pretty nice. Now I recommend you to run a defense talisman here if you miss the roll. I'll try to not do that, but it can happen, you know. In one of my attempts in a previous... Oh, I got the hit, so... No hit run over. Now it's Deathless again. Yeah, I was saying that for a better or for more consistency, using a defense talisman there will be nice. But the damage is still pretty okay. You know, you're not like gonna get one-shotted. As you noticed, I took one hit, but I'm still okay. But once we get into crumbling, for instance, oh my god, into crumbling from Azul and late game, it's better to have a defense talisman to not insta-die. Now I feel like I can make... I don't know if the bird is gonna chase me here. I'm gonna start buffing so we don't use the grace. It seems like we're chilling here. The thing is that the animation of lighting the grace is not that fast. It actually takes a bit of time. Hopefully I won't get hit here. Nice. The birds are not chasing me. Pretty solid. Nice. Maybe not the best strat when it comes to saving time, but it works. Now watch out with this guy. He can be a little... Oh, perfect. This attack can be strafed. Oh my god, that's unlucky. That's really unfortunate. We're chilling, don't worry. Yeah, oh my god. He almost never does that attack. Well, we got unlucky. We almost died to Godrick. It's all good. As you can see, you can take some hits with 50 vigor and the blood-sucking tear, so... Well, because it's early game, later we are not gonna be able to do that. Later we're gonna take a hit and that's gonna be the end of the run. Surprisingly, these early fights are the ones that can be a little inconsistent, while the late game bosses are kind of pretty predictable. If that's the right word to say it. Yeah, I would say that they are pretty predictable. Another instance where the things get weird is against the Elden Beast. I don't know why, but the Elden Beast can be a little stupid. With the fire breath hitbox. Sometimes you feel like you're away from the hitbox or in the normal spot where you can be without getting hit and still take damage. That's how I died for the second time in my personal best of 2 deaths. I died once to Maliketh. That was pretty stupid. I already completed the run that day and I just needed to defeat Maliketh and the final bosses and I died to Maliketh and once to the Elden Beast. That was pretty stupid. What journey are you playing right now? It's the journey number 15, which is still NG+7, but yeah, no, journey 15. Okay, now let's go to the TP. The other route is faster, actually, but this one is the simplest one. Now how can I say it? The worst part of this section of the route of the run is that we are just running until the Draconic Sentinel. We're not doing anything but running. It's pretty bad actually. That is the price of fighting Radahn. Instead of going for the abductors. Well, I don't know, the abductors might be a little dangerous and complicated in this difficulty. I think they don't bleed, and they are only vulnerable when they do that open attack, when they open. Ooh, I think I died here. Probably. No, thank you. I thought I died because if you sleep and the game didn't register that you actually landed, and then you land, you die. It's pretty stupid. But thankfully that didn't happen. So we are actually chilling. Now I just well, I don't know if it's a discovery, but to me I discovered that if you use Assassin's Gambit before approaching the dragon, you can actually TP back to the grace immediately without quitting out to chill the aggro of the dragon, you know? It's kind of crazy, but nice, you know? Really nice. Let's see if it happens this time. Maybe I was just lucky the previous time. No, yeah, you can do it. If you use Assassin's Gambit, the dragon will wake up because apparently that's scripted, but the aggro is off, so you can actually TP instantly. Yo, Gabe, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, that's a nice trick. I mean, it's not a big deal, of course, but avoiding the quit outs is actually nice. It's actually nice because we are not speed running. Like, we're trying to do it the fastest way possible, but it's not a speed run. Or it can be considered a speed run, but we are not going for any type of world record. So doing the quit outs is kind of useless to saving game time, you know? Because I feel like doing the quit outs is it takes actually more time from real life. So I feel like I'm gonna be doing maybe 2 quit outs from this point, and that's gonna be it because I consider them pretty useful. But yeah, that will be the only instance where I find it actually not necessary, but maybe useful. Hello from Russia. Hey Morgott, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing? How is life treating you today, man? What's the build? Is the dual gargoyles twin blades with oh, please don't hit me. With 80 strength and 50 arcane. The standard broken bleed build, basically. I think I can show you without losing momentum. Yeah, this is the build, and these are the stats. Right. Okay, give me a second. I'll read you in a second, Morgott. Okay. I already have the both halves, right? Yep. I'm glad you are fine, Morgott. I'm glad you're fine, homie. Apparently, we can cross between these two guys, the 2 trolls, and they are not, I mean golems, and they shouldn't aggro. I'm gonna bet for that because it's actually faster like this, slightly. And if they aggro, then so be it. I shouldn't get one-shotted here. Yeah, maybe they aggroed, but they didn't hit, so that's amazing. At this point, we already have a great progress in this run. Yo, Joey, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing, man? I'm doing great. What about you, homie? Now, once we reach this point of the run, it basically means that we are the next actual risk area is against the fire giant. But here, if we die, is basically because I didn't play. I played bad, basically. Because all these bosses we're gonna fight should be extremely easy. And when I say extremely easy, it's extremely easy. Did you see Mexico got beat by England? Yeah, dude, it was a nice game. I was actually excited. I mean, I was actually excited, but dude, England was playing really nice. Like, that defense line in the second time was crazy, bro. Like, I sometimes in some other matches, it's like they are not even trying, you know? But this time they were trying really hard, and I really respect that. It's insane, dude. Like, as you know, I'm a tryhard, you know, so myself, so watching Mexico trying as hard as possible was really, really nice. Even though they lost, it's okay. I mean, it's part of it, you know. Sometimes you won, sometimes you learn. Glad you are doing good too. I slept a lot today. Nice, Joey. That's good. That's great. I really want to finish this run like as early as possible so I can get some good sleep, because these days I've been going wild with my sleep schedule, bro. But yeah, I want to get the mythical 8 hours of sleep, bro. Once you turn 25, I think it's harder to get the mythical 8 hours of sleep, bro. I also noticed that it doesn't matter that if you use the freaking gambit here, it really makes no difference. It's like, yeah, The guys are gonna spot you anyway, so. All good. See, man, I think I slept a lot because because of all this sleep I've lost these weeks. Yeah, man, that happens. It's really unfortunate. Oh, I might as well turn. No, this is really unfortunate. What the hell is this? I think I can avoid this one. But maybe I'm gonna get hit by the other dude. No. Wow, that was actually unfortunate. But 50 vigor, guys. 50 vigor. 8 hours is impossible now? I agree. It's actually difficult. The thing is that when I don't sleep enough hours, like at least 7 or 6, I struggle a lot to wake up, and that's really unoptimal. I already used that thing. I don't know why I repeated. 50 vigor. Then oh my god, I messed up already. Gosh. Okay, sorry guys. It's a messed up, but not so bad. We just gotta rebuff. And let's go. Yeah, let's not waste any more time in buffing. This guy actually falls pretty easily. One more hit and the guy's dead, so yeah. Sick drip, bro. I know, I know. I know, you don't have to tell me about it. I know that you're jealous of my sick drip. Jeez. And it's not that worth it. It's only worth it because of the damage, but we are actually taking a lot of risks when it comes to the Deathless, you know? And I'm kind of stupid because during the traveling areas I should be using other armor set to make sure I'm not gonna die. But this is still pretty nice. Is this one better than Bandit's curved swords? Slightly in the majority of scenarios, but the Bandits can be better against Morgott, for instance, or any enemy that is weak to slash damage specifically. But as for reference, is the Gargoyle's Twin Blades are better against Radahn, Promise Consort Radahn, Divine Beast Dancing Lion, for instance, Romina, Malenia, the Elden Beast, Radagon. The Bandits are better against Hoarah Loux. The Bandits are better against the Fire Giant. So it really depends, you know. Both weapons are actually great. The dual Naginatas are better in the DLC for some reason, I don't know why. Against Promise Consort Radahn, they destroy the guy. Alright, let's get into the... I'll read you in a second, guys. This area is kind of like... it's not that complicated, but it can be troll. Especially these little dudes here. I gotta be really smart on when I decide to jump, or I might as well take a hit from them. Nah, now we are chilling. The last attempt I did, I actually took a hit from this stupid tree because I decided not to use the freaking gambit. I broke this one when I just want a boss to die already. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I'm running them, so I can make sure I won. Better with Promise Consort Radahn than Akiva. In NG+7, yeah. In NG+7, yeah. Definitely. Even if you use an Akiva with Piercing Fang with High Fate, I think it's still better. Because in NG+7 we don't talk about the stance damage, you know. That thing is a myth in this difficulty. I mean, it's not a myth because it can be... It can actually... Oy. You can actually get some stance damage, but it's not easy, you know? I really need to learn to manage my stamina better in this area. But yeah, the dual Naginatas are much better against Radahn because of the pierce damage. But when I say better, it's a difference. It's exactly what we were talking about a few minutes. The difference is slight. All those options are great because you are talking about multi-hits and bleed, so you can't go wrong with any of them. The cool thing is when your build can drive multiple of them. For instance, with the if we were Dexterity and Arcane, we will be able to run Bandits and Dual Naginatas. And as we are running Strength Arcane, we can run the Gargoyles and other curve swords that are the Serpent. I don't know how is it called. It's another curve sword that scales of strength and works exactly as the Bandits. Oh my god, this guy spotted me. Why? Hopefully he won't chase me. If he doesn't chase me, I should be fine. With these stats, we can also use the Marae sword here. But now that's not gonna be my strat against the stupid Gideon, man, because he's inconsistent. I thought for real it was consistent, but it's not. You can actually die using that strat. The strat I'm gonna show you, you're gonna love the strat I'm gonna show you for Gideon today, guys. pretty cool. Okay, let's trigger this guy and heal. Once he's fully showed up, we just rush. Okay, he didn't do the axe attack. It's okay. I knew he was gonna do this crap. It's better to be chill because it's really easy to beat the boss. Oh, I didn't even use the freaking the weapon with Crackblade. It's better to use weapons with Crackblade against this guy because the guy is not vulnerable to bleed. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Okay, so in this spot of the map is where we are gonna be doing our first quit out, and the only one of this run, and it's just to avoid this stupid guy. I could actually fight him, but the guy is just so unpredictable that it might be a problem. So we just quit out, and we're gonna be fine. The other day I fought Vale and he died without breaking even when using double chicken legs. Yeah, in NG+7 the stance is stupid. And then I fought him again with the Mimic to see if he will finally break. He died without breaking again. Yeah, the stance damage is much more difficult in NG+7, and it's a significant disadvantage for other weapons. That is also another reason why some weapons I prefer trying them on NG+1 or 2. It's okay, you know. I actually enjoy playing the game like that. Okay, in this case we don't change anything. We're okay. This fight is consistent most of the time. Hopefully it's gonna be the case again. Yo, Deco, welcome to stream. How you doing, brother? You really can't break them without Crackblade, yeah, and without the Stonebark. I think it's possible without the Stonebark Cracktir, but it's way more complicated, you know. Now we open with a jump attack and we should be fine. Wow, that was so freaking close, man. I'm gonna take the risk, bro. Oh, let's go. It was worth it. Nice. I honestly don't think I'm going a post break like 100 hours into NG+7. It's difficult, man. It's possible, but it's difficult. I can do it with the large glintstone scraps with high poise weapons like greatswords, katanas, certain ashes of war, but it's insanely difficult. Oh, these guys. I hate when this guy is so close to the stupid grace, but it's not that close. I'm glad you're doing great, Deiko. I'm happy to see you here in the stream, bro. Nice, guys. Now we can say that we have a try. We have a decent attempt here. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. Now we go after the Fire Giant. Then that is the next point where we can actually fail the run. And from the Fire Giant is Farumasula. So, yeah, once we finish Farumasula, we should be finishing the game without dying at all, you know? This is not anymore a no-hit run. We were kind of unlucky this time with the RNG and we got multiple hits already at the point of even Dying? I was about to die to Godrick. But we are still alive, which is what matters. For the Fire Giant, I have the same strat. I didn't change anything. I don't think I can make it better or... Yeah, that is the best we can do. And I don't like it too much because the guy is pretty unpredictable and troll. But it's what we got, so we gotta work with that. And we shouldn't be afraid, you know? Nice. Hopefully I won't get attacked by these guys in the elevator. If that happens... Oh my god, yeah. Perfect. If that happens, we don't panic. We just fight him. Oh, no, no, please. No, no, no. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The demi-humans are okay, but... That perfumer up here? Nah, brother. Nah, brother. I would have panicked and died. That is exactly what was gonna happen. Now here I use the Gambit and we go. Yo, what's up, Lord KD? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Bro, this is... I love Assassin's Gambit. The fact that this guy is not chasing me anymore when I cross this path is just... another reason to keep trying. Imagine dying to this guy in the horse. Nah, brother. That'll be really frustrating. I think I already got the trick with against Maliketh, so we should be fine in that aspect as well, guys. And I got a strat against Gideon, and you're gonna love it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love my strat against Gideon. How do you always have 10 oil pots? Is there a farm? Yeah, I think there is a farm, but I actually just spawned them with cheat engine. It's like, well, but you need to have the 10 crackpots. The thing is that you need to have the 10 crackpots, and then you can farm as much as you wish. But if you don't have the 10 crackpots, even if you spawn as much oil pots as you want, you are not gonna have the... yeah, you're not gonna have them. You need to collect them first, and then you can do whatever you want. Farm them or spawn them, you know? So if you ask me how I have always 10, because I have the crackpots, or ritual pots, I don't know which ones the oil pots use. And because I spawned them, you know? I don't remember if there is a farm spot for those. The ones that are really easy to farm, that I actually farmed a lot, is the freezing pots. And those require ritual pots, not crack pots. So I don't know which ones you need, to be honest. You should check that out in Fextra Life. A bunch of people don't like Fextra. Well, I feel like, at least for basic info of the game, it's pretty nice. Like, it has everything really well distributed in the screen, so you can learn what you need. For more specific stuff like stance damage, a little bit of more control over the fight, is a bit like not the best. But for basic stuff, is great. Will you be attempting any skip today or not risking it? What are you talking about, Joey? What are you talking about? We are gonna be doing it. The farm muscle skip, baby. We are doing it, brother. There is no win without any risk, bro. There is no victory if it's easy. Well, to be fair, everything is easy, but that skip. Yeah, we are doing the farm muscle skip, the bird skip. They should have never patched the Trinas Lily farm. Yeah, I don't know why those items are like not farmable. That's pretty stupid. The sleep pots are actually really useful. It's just melted mushrooms. I think you can get several, although all through Sofria. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks, Deco. Oh, it's pretty simple to farm them. That's nice. I should have. I think I actually used Gambit, but anyways. I think regardless of what we do, we are gonna be losing stamina here. But I don't know why we get aggro if we already crossed the other guy, the big boy. And the troll and the golem is not even looking at us. Well, right now he is, but previously he wasn't. Let's wait a little bit here. Nice. Make sure to hurry as much as you can here because that arrow might... This arrow might be even more dangerous than the previous ones. And what I like to do here to avoid getting the hit is just like hogging the left a little bit. Like going for the scarab. And once we hear the arrow, we just reincorporate to the main path. It's like a pretty dumb strat, but it makes me feel safe. The cookbook for regular oil pots is in Siofra too. Thank you, man. Oh yeah, the cookbooks are something that you gotta collect as well. That's really bad. That's something nice of playing on NG+, that you have to forget about all the things you gotta collect because you already have them. But if you don't have them, it's like, okay, I gotta go get this thing. Tarnish, did you see me call that do that well when it started getting uppity when you asked a question earlier? What happened? I didn't realize, guys. What happened? What happened? Okay, here is straightforward, remember. This is a risky part as well. Yeah, I should... Yes, as soon as I can, I should... equip the Maliketh's armor. I don't know how good is the Maliketh's armor. I feel like it's not the best, but just to be more resistant here in case we are unlucky and the freaking dragon hits. And just spam your key, brother. Don't take the risk here. This is really bad. Oh, freaking dragon. This is the first time he does that. Still closed. Still closed. Oh, we are safe. Nice. Alright, I panicked, as always. It was another stream. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't understand, bro. Alright. Nice. Huge, guys. Now the next difficult part. Yo, watermelon juice, how are you doing, man? I'm doing great. What about you, dude? Yeah, fire giant. This is where things might get stupid. But we believe, guys. We believe we're gonna do it. This attempt is feeling like the RNG is on our side. Despite we're getting hit, we're not dying, even though it took multiple hits. So maybe this is when we get the glory. Let's go. I need to equip my sleep pots. Nice. Okay. I don't know why I get nervous at this point of the game, bro. Oh my god. And it's actually the fire giant is actually easy. It's just that it's a stupid starting part. That is a bit inconsistent sometimes. But it should be fine. You were asking about the Bolt of Grand Sax. He started out acting like you were talking a dumb question, and I call him a D. Nice, Eiko. Good job. Yeah, questions should be answered, bro. As simple as that. Let's go. So we trigger the aggro, seppuku, heal, and we go. And may God be on our side, bro. Why? What the hell? My horse didn't horsing. No, this guy, bro. Nice try. My horse didn't horse thingy, bro. Right. Nice try, Fire Giant, but the destiny is on our side today, brother. This is meant to be a win, brother. This is meant to be a win. We're on a win, guys. The freaking guy tried to do that. Tried to troll, but we were prepared. Uy. I'll read you in a second. I might be that stupid to fall here. Ah. No. Oh my god. The guy knows a lot, but sometimes he treats people rude. He's a mod, but no need for that mess. Oh yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool. Nice, guys, we did it. We did it. GG's, GG's. Let's get to the next last segment, let's say. Maybe.
I have long observed this world.
If we were more specific, there are multiple segments here, but I like to see it as a big segment, you know? Damn, horse almost trashed it wrong. I don't know why he didn't summon. I really think I did summon it. But yeah, all good. That was insane damage, bro. Yeah, this is a crazy build, brother. It's a crazy build. Okay, let's swap the armor set here, and I'm gonna even go for some defense with this one. I'm doing this in case everything goes south and I have to be like panic rolling or something like that, you know? We shouldn't be doing that. Even in a tough situation, we shouldn't be panic rolling, but you know. Nice. First one down, and let's be ready to jump here. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Recover the stamina and run. Huge. That was I know I might sound exaggerated, but in that specific point you can die. And I know because I already died there, bro. Which is really stupid. But it's possible. Nice. I'm not resting here. I shouldn't be dying here. If I die, it's a skill issue and we reset. Ooh, nice try. Now let's take the safe path. You can also jump a little to the left, and it's a little cooler. But this is much safer, you know. Now Gambit again here. Why? Because we don't want to get the arrows hit here. Nice. Perfect. Now yesterday I tried to jump against this fella, the guy that appears here, and I died. Yesterday I didn't stream, but I actually was trying to do the thingy, and the freaking guy actually pushed me away, and I fell. So yeah, it's better jumping here. The beastmen are tweakers, they go crazy. I know, bro, they go wild sometimes. Now, thankfully that freaking night is not such a big deal. We should rest as fast as possible here. I don't think it's necessary, but I do it because I don't want to get that guy inside of the arena for a weird reason. To be honest, this is not necessary to rest. It's not necessary to rest there, but I just like to do it. Now we go back to the damage setup, and we just do the Godskin fellas. Nice try. Nice try, you freaking bad boy. Freaking guy. 50 vigor is more than enough. Let's go first for the big boy. Should be much easier that way. Let's go. Alright, let me beat this guy and I'll read you in a second, guys. Another one, okay. We didn't get another one. It's all good. Easy, nice. We're chilling. I remember my second playthrough. I tried a Royal Knight Resolve strength build with the Rusty Anchor after I fought Fire Giant. I tried on Asulaman and I was beyond happy when I one-tapped them. Yeah, man, the Royal Knight's Resolve is really good. And you hit the... I don't know the phrase, but you hit something that is what we are gonna be doing later. Big boss like me on bitch... Woo! Woo! Ay! Half HP! Freaking piece of crap! My god. The freaking hell is that, brother? The freaking hell is that, man? Oh, I just understood. Let me read you again. Big boy looks like me on beach day, and nah, I think you look more like a bodybuilder, bro. I wanna believe that. Let's get this done, guys. Oh, that should have been done a little later. It's okay. I'm gonna do it later still. Now, I feel like the trick for this jump is doing it a little like this. Come on! Let's do it, baby! This has to be the good one, bro. I'm not gonna allow this game to troll me, brother. Let's go, guys. This game is not trolling me today. Now let's let the skill check. This is actually a skill check, Maliketh. Oh, perfect. Just in case. Just in case, bro. We shouldn't be needing anything else. But just in case. This game is not trolling me today, brother. The skip, first try, let's go. I spawned too close to the freaking guy, bro. The most basic attack and so much damage? Oh, you mean the Pharmasala Beast, right? Beastman. Yeah, it's a lot of damage on that freaking thingy. Sorry, I just read you. I was nervous there. Can't believe this, brother. I can't believe this, bro. Oh my god! What? Did you see that hit? The first phase is such a troll, brother. The first phase is such a troll. Let's go. Final straight, guys. We got this. We freaking got this. I'm not that bad at the game. Come on, brother. Come on. Now, ooh, the secret sauce, brother. The secret sauce for this guy. It's gonna take a little bit of time to set up. Not so much, but yeah, if it was a speedrun, we will be cooked. But it's not, so we are chilling. Spy Crack Tier, Two-Handed Sword Talisman, Axe Talisman, Lord of Blood's Exultation, Kindred of Blood's Exultation, Rakshasa's Chest, Rakshasa's Helmet. Oh, that's why I don't have the helmet ready, I never used that. Half a health bar was gone in a second. Yeah, it was insane. That was freaking crazy. I know, dude, it's insane because sometimes the reason why I believe that these weapons are better in some situations is because they deal double hits sometimes, and it's exactly what happened on the big boy, brother. It's Royal, I mean, Giant Crusher. Oh yeah, no, it's the white mask. Yeah, I was trolling already. It's the white mask. I'm fat, dude. Oh, not anymore. Oh yeah, I'm still fat. What the hell, dude? Alright. So this goes like this. Now we need the rope faded pots and a weapon with seppuku. And it goes like this. This is the most consistent way I found to beat this guy. Golden Vow. This. This. Seppuku. This is NG+7, right? Yeah, it's NG+7. And the poison. And let's be lucky, brother. That's it. Nice. Nice. Now let's go back to the original setup. Let's watch out with our HP though, because as we have the poison activated, it's crazy. Nice. This is the most consistent way. I tried with the Marae sword to make some use of our stats, but it didn't work. And now I don't need this thing. All good. No way, I just seen that. Show me that setup as soon as possible. It's you're gonna see it on the video, but I'm gonna show you after we finish the run, brother, because we're about to finish it. Let's go, guys. Squashed like a bug. Yeah, bro, we destroy him. Nice. So now final straight, literally. Hoarah Loux. And the Elden Beast Ash of War. No, it's Wondrous Physic, Thorny Tear, and we go back to it. We go back to it. Yo, Abdul, welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? I'm doing great. We don't need this. And we are ready. Alright guys, I'll read you in a second. I'm locking in. We already crossed the toughest part, so let's do this. Now we go, we dodge the first attack and we should be fine. If we get lucky with the RNG, we should be fine. No, this is bad, bro. This is so bad, dude. I knew it was bad, bro. The only way I could actually fail that one. The only way I could actually fail there. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I was going... that is the only RNG that could have ruined this, bro. Perfect, dude. Perfect. Well, if I don't die from here, it's still a PV. It's so annoying, bro. What in the hell was that mess? Yeah, the attack is still there and we spawned just in front of that. And I could have rolled that, but the visual guide of the attack was gone as well, so perfect, I guess. Wow, this guy, bro. Nice. It was so easy, bro. The RNG is just insane sometimes. Unlock him. Insane, man. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Now one with Crackblade. No. Both weapons with Crackblade is better here, and one weapon with Seppuku just to trigger the bleed buff for the first guy. I'll read you in a second, guys. Sorry, but I just wanna get at least one PV, bro. It's so sad, bro. Now we use Crackblade again. Oh, and I need to swap this one for the... Yeah, perfect. Oh, we are all good. We're enabled for this fight. Oh my god, what the hell? What? he endured one more hit. Wow, that's insane. No, this guy shouldn't be a problem either. Now watch out with the fire here because it can be really stupid. My god, dude, it was gonna be this one, brother. No way. Brother. Oh, one death. GG's, guys.